Welcome to Fact Frenzy, where we dive into the most fascinating facts from around the world. Today we're unlocking the secrets of the human brain with mind-blowing facts that will change the way you think about, well, thinking. Did you know your brain processes around 11 million bits of information every single second? It's astonishing to think that while you're walking down the street, your brain is absorbing a sea of sensory inputs. Whether it's the distant sound of a car horn, the scent of freshly baked bread, or the subtle shift in lighting as the sun moves through the clouds, your brain is constantly processing these details. But here's the real kicker: you're only consciously aware of about 40 of those bits. Your brain's ability to filter distractions and prioritize important signals helps you stay focused and efficient in a world full of stimuli. Imagine what would happen if you had to pay attention to every bit of information your brain processes. You'd be overwhelmed in seconds. You've probably heard that myth: humans only use 10% of their brains. Well, that's been debunked countless times, but it's still a popular misconception. The reality is that your brain is constantly active, using nearly all its areas even when you're resting or sleeping. Brain imaging technology like fMRI scans shows that different brain regions light up even during simple tasks like blinking, talking, or listening to music. Your brain's full capacity is in use, whether it's performing critical bodily functions or helping you process complex thoughts. Let's talk about intelligence. For a long time, people believed that you were born with a fixed IQ and that it was impossible to significantly change it over time. But that's not true. While your genetics play a role, your brain is constantly adapting and learning, no matter your age. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain forms new neural connections every time you learn something new. For example, musicians develop more gray matter in areas related to auditory processing and motor control because of years of practice. This proves that your brain is constantly changing and evolving with new experiences. Another brain myth that's been floating around for decades is that people are either left-brained, logical and analytical, or right-brained, creative and artistic. In reality, this isn't how the brain works at all. Both hemispheres are constantly communicating and working together to perform tasks. For example, playing soccer requires physical coordination from the right hemisphere and strategic planning from the left hemisphere. Every action you take involves both sides of the brain working in harmony. Here's one of the brain's most amazing abilities: neuroplasticity. The ability to rewire itself and adapt to new situations is crucial for learning, healing, and improving throughout life. Every new experience you have, whether it's physical or mental, leads to changes in your brain's structure. After trauma or injury, the brain can sometimes reroute functions to undamaged areas. This is how people recover lost functions after strokes or brain injuries. Neuroplasticity is one of the reasons the brain is so resilient and capable of incredible growth and recovery. Your brain is a multitasking master, capable of processing information from multiple senses at once. Think about a conversation. As someone speaks, you're not just hearing their words. Your brain is also analyzing their facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language, all in real time. Even more impressive is how this multisensory processing helps us in everyday activities like cooking while listening to music. Your brain is constantly juggling sensory information, keeping you alert and aware of your surroundings. Even though the brain only makes up about 2% of your body weight, it consumes a whopping 20% of your energy. That's a lot of power for such a small organ. But for good reason. Your brain is constantly performing complex tasks, from processing thoughts to maintaining essential bodily functions. It's amazing to think about how much energy is required to keep your brain running smoothly, whether you're solving problems or daydreaming. The brain is a power-hungry organ that always prioritizes critical functions while keeping you sharp. We might think of sleep as a time when the brain shuts off, but it's quite the opposite. During sleep, your brain is incredibly active, cleaning out toxins, consolidating memories, and even practicing skills you've learned during the day. Deep sleep stages are especially important for brain health. While you're sleeping, the brain strengthens the neural pathways that were formed during the day, helping to solidify learning and improve memory recall. A good night's sleep is critical for brain function. The brain's ability to store memories is one of its most impressive feats. Our memory capacity is practically limitless, capable of storing an endless amount of information over our lifetimes. And what's even more remarkable is how memories can be triggered by the simplest things, like the smell of fresh bread or a familiar song. Each memory is connected to different sensory experiences, which is why something as simple as a sound or smell can bring back powerful memories. One of the brain's most crucial skills is recognizing patterns. From recognizing faces to anticipating social cues, the brain is always searching for patterns to help us navigate our environment and make quick decisions. Whether it's predicting outcomes based on past experiences or recognizing familiar objects in a chaotic environment, your brain uses pattern recognition to make sense of the world and ensure your survival. What have we learned today? From debunking brain myths to exploring neuroplasticity and infinite memory capacity, we've uncovered just how powerful the human brain really is. It's an amazing organ capable of constantly adapting, learning, and processing information in ways we're still trying to understand. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the wonders of the brain. Be sure to share your favorite brain fact in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing facts from Fact Frenzy.